Hey everyone, and welcome. If you are on the Stop Pilates certification path, you've definitely heard about the mock exam, or the examen blanc. But what's the real deal? Is it just another practice run, or is it something more? Today, we are going to break down exactly what to expect, and more importantly, how to absolutely crush it. So this is the big question, right? So many trainees wonder if this is just an optional hurdle or a truly essential part of the journey. I mean, it's set up to feel just like the real thing. Same timing, same structure, same pressure. So how important is it, really? Well, to answer that, let's look at this fantastic quote from expert instructor Gandour. I mean, this metaphor just says it all. The mock exam isn't just a formality, it's your full-on dress rehearsal. It's where you learn to handle the nerves and turn what you know in your head into something you can do with confidence when it really counts. So, that's what we're going to do. We're going to walk through this whole thing together, step by step. We'll cover the rules, the different parts of the exam, the common mistakes people make, and, of course, the keys to success, so you can walk into that room feeling totally prepared. Okay, first things first. You gotta know how you're being scored. The rules are pretty straightforward, but you really have to pay attention to them. Honestly, understanding this is the first step to building a winning game plan. So, the big number you're aiming for is an overall average of 80%. That's across both the practical and the theory sections. That's your target for passing. But, and this is a big but, it's not quite that simple. And this slide right here shows you the most important rule of all. You can't just be a rock star in the practical and kind of weak on the theory, or the other way around. You have to get a minimum score of 75% in each section. Think about it like a horse, right? If one leg is weak, the whole animal is unstable. You need both parts to be strong. This forces you to be well-rounded in your preparation. All right, let's get into the practical exam itself. It always kicks off with three very distinct phases. This isn't the main workout just yet. Think of this as your warm-up lap. It sets the entire stage for everything that's about to follow. So here they are. Each of these three steps will take you somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes. First, you'll do a quick client intake, gathering info. Then you'll perform a detailed postural analysis. And finally, you have to explain and actually demonstrate the 5 basic principles. Let's break those down a bit. Now, this is so important. This checklist isn't just for you. It's basically your script. For the postural analysis, you have to say what you're seeing out loud for the examiner. You'll talk them through how the client lines up with a plumb line, what their spine looks like from the side, any imbalances you see from the front and back, and finally, how well their spine moves. They need to hear your thought process. Right after the analysis, you slide directly into the 5 fundamental principles. You've got to explain and show these in a specific order because they are literally the foundation of the entire Stott Pilates method. And it all begins with the breath. You'll explain that 3-dimensional breathing wide into the back and sides of the rib cage. And you have to use a great cue, like telling them to imagine their ribs are wings that open up. It's not just about getting air, it's about firing up that deep core. Second up is pelvic placement. You've got to clearly define a neutral pelvis, where the hip bones and the pubic bone are all on one level, horizontal plane. Using that image of a horse's 4 hooves planted firmly on the ground, it's perfect. It really communicates that this is the base of all stability. Principle 3 connects right back to that breath. You'll demonstrate how the abs help stabilize the rib cage, keeping it from flaring or popping forward, especially on an exhale. The key is to keep that connection while you're breathing wide into the back. Fourth, we have the scapula, or the shoulder blades. The goal here is stability and mobility. They shouldn't be squeezed together or winging off the back. That analogy of a saddle on a horse's back is just perfect. It moves with the horse, but it stays centered and controlled. And number 5, the head and cervical spine. You're showing how to maintain a nice long neck, with the skull balancing right on top of the shoulders. The goal is to show how the cervical spine just continues that natural curve from the upper back, without the chin jutting forward or being tucked way down. Okay, so once you've successfully navigated those opening sections, it is time for the main event, what Gandour calls the grand gallop, the workout itself. This is where you put all those pieces together and show you can actually lead a session. So here are your targets. If you're doing a mat work exam, you've got 40 to 50 minutes to get through at least 8 essential exercises and 4 intermediate ones. The reformer is pretty similar, same amount of time, but you need 6 essential and 4 intermediate. And if you're doing the combined exam, your time gets longer, but you've got specific counts to hit on both pieces of equipment. This is all about managing your time and your exercise choices wisely. And this is absolutely crucial. The examiners are not looking for a catalog workout where you just check off a list of exercises. They want to see a thoughtful, smart, balanced session that flows well and includes flexion, extension, and rotation. And most importantly, it has to be based on the postural analysis you did at the very beginning. So, knowing the rules is one thing, but actually navigating the course without hitting any roadblocks is another. This is where we get into the common mistakes that can trip people up, and of course, the tips from the pros that will help you nail it. Let's start with the traps you need to avoid. Number 1, don't mismanage your time at the start. It'll make your whole workout feel rushed. Don't just recite the principles like you're reading from a book. You have to feel them in your own body. And maybe the biggest mistake of all, designing a generic workout that has nothing to do with your client's posture or trying to correct a million little things all at once. So how do you sidestep those traps? It's simple, really. You prepare. You practice your entire flow with a timer running. You prepare a short and sweet script for your client interview. When you cue, keep it simple. One image, one instruction. When you correct, give one clear, targeted correction at a time. And above all, stay coherent. If you said your client has forward shoulders in the analysis, your workout had better address forward shoulders. Connect everything back to your starting point. We've covered the rules, the structure, the strategy. But to wrap things up, let's just zoom out for a second and think about the real purpose of this mock exam, because it's so much more than just a test. This last thought from Gandour just says it all, doesn't it? The mock exam isn't a wall built to stop you. It's a bridge designed to take you from just knowing the material to becoming a truly competent instructor. It's the tool that builds the genuine confidence you need to walk into your final exam and into every class you teach, ready to succeed. So, what are you going to do to build your bridge?